Hi, I'm Tim, and today on the Cheap 3D Printer, we're going to look at some of the stuff I've been printing. So let's get started. Before we do, I just want to point out this new microphone that I'm recording with today. One of my YouTube subscribers and a fellow ham operator, fellow amateur radio operator, sent this to me. He said, hey, I think I can help you improve your audio, and he just sent it to me free of charge. So Red, thank you very much. N0TMY, love that call sign, not my, sent this to me, so thank you very much. Hopefully my audio will be better from now on than what it's been in the past. So let's look at a few things that I've been printing. The first thing that I want to point out to you is these two Bulldogs that are here. Our local school, Arizona City Elementary School, their mascot is the Bulldog. And so they wanted to give a golden Bulldog to classrooms for a purpose. And so they're going to, they asked me to print 3 of these. And so I started out with this one here in this gold. Thought, hey, I'll just order some more gold. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this same gold again. And so I ended up printing the second one in this, and I'm gonna have to print 2 more so they all match. There's more on the printer right now being printed, and these are this size. This is this is a good sized Bulldog. He takes up about almost a half a roll of filament. And this size of Bulldog is about a 40-hour print, roughly, at 60 millimeters a second. 3 bottom layers, 4 top layers, 10 or 15% infill. I don't remember exactly what percentage infill. I think it's 10% infill. This guy takes 40 hours to print. But in making these, I didn't always have successes. So I told you on one of my other videos that I was going to show you some of my failures. I was going to show you my successes also. Here's the successes. They're beautiful. You can see them here in this close-up camera. They are absolutely just gorgeous. This one just shines like crazy. He's beautiful. I will show you a few little problems. You can see right here, he's got a small hole in him. That popped off whenever I was taking off the support structure. And I'm using Cura for all my slicing. And sometimes I have some issues with the support structure. I've gotten settings tuned in pretty well. I use an interface layer on there, but every once in a while there will be some problems. You can see a little one here. And the bottoms aren't great. Maybe if one of you has Simplify 3D, you can tell me, do the bottom layers, sorry, my dog. So maybe if one of you has Simplify 3D, you can tell me, does the bottom of support structure do better on Simplify 3D than this? I don't want to invest the $150 unless I know for sure that it's going to give me some advantage when it comes to support. So that one had that little problem with the support. This one had a couple also, one right here and a little one up here. You can see there. But overall, they're really good prints. They're going to make fabulous awards for the school, for the classrooms. So yeah, these two you can see in this video. You can see in the video they're 2 very different color golds, and I want them all to match. So I've got more printing in the other room, but those are 2 things. Those are things that I've been printing for a while. I wanted to show you some of my failures along with that. You can see them over here on the side. This one got pretty far along in the print before it failed, or before I canceled it. Some of the support structure, the reason I canceled it is the support structure was failing, and it was causing this spaghetti mess up here. It was not going to print well. Some of the support structure did recover on the bottom. I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the video or not. Let's see if I can clear it away here. But you can see it stair steps here because this came loose, and then it stair stepped and recovered. So I let it continue printing, thinking that maybe, just maybe, it would actually succeed. And I woke up the next morning to kind of a spaghetti mess here at the front, and so had to cancel it. That's a lot of filament that I had to cancel. Here's an earlier failure, same thing, the supports came loose. I've almost resorted to doing a brim around the whole thing to hold those supports down, but I really don't want to. It makes getting the support structure and everything off just that much more difficult. And so I've kind of hesitated to do that, and I've dealt with several failures. That's just two. I had another one that was about the size of this big one that failed, and I've had many that I've just canceled right off the bat because of failures. So those are some failures. It goes to show you that we all have failures. Every one of us will have failures. We'll all come back to spaghetti messes sometimes. If you watch Twitter at all, go through some of those guys, they'll show you their spaghetti messes they woke up to the next morning. But that's what happens. We have failures from time to time. A couple other things that I've been printing. I am a Patreon supporter of Wexter, and he makes some pretty cool models. One of his biggest sets of models that he has is these mini characters that he's designed in all kinds of things. You can get Wolverine, you can get stuff from Star Wars, you can get Chewbacca. He's got a new one out of Han Solo. Those are for Patreon supporters only. But he's got a bunch of different ones, and Spider-Man, all kinds of stuff. And this was his Santa Claus model. And so I printed this Santa Claus model. This was printed on my Monoprice i3, which I just talked about in a video not long ago. And he turned out really well. I'm really impressed with how he turned out. No supports needed on the regular 100% scale models. They're cute. And so that is Santa Claus. He also released a dragon model, and I don't know, he's not really a cute dragon, he's just kind of a dragon. And so I printed him also, and he's printed in on the Monoprice i3 also in this beautiful blue, and he just turned out great also. I was really surprised. He said it printed without support, so I tried it without support. It did print without support. However, the bottom of that chin is not perfect. But it printed well. On that Monoprice i3, I print at 40 millimeters per second. I could print faster, but the fact that it doesn't have a dedicated part cooling fan, and it actually splits the fan between the hot end and the part cooling, I figure that it's probably best to print a little bit slower and let things cool down a little bit more before it goes on. So I only print at 40 millimeters a second, and that's what that was printed at. I also printed one of these mini cities. I'll post a link to the bottom. I don't remember the exact name or the person that designed them, but they're on Thingiverse, they're on My Mini Factory, they're on all the places. And this printed pretty cool. I like it. It's a pretty cool model. It did fail a little bit at the top. There's supposed to be some more towers here that did not print correctly, and it did fail. But it printed beautifully. This was printed on my AM8, and it did very well. This is printed in a filament called black silk. Unfortunately, it's not available on Amazon anymore. I did do a little review or a little post about it being my favorite filament, and I have several rolls still left. I just love this stuff. It's a really cool color. It's got a really nice sheen to it. It just is a nice filament. It's not the strongest filament. If you're looking for something that is going to be more structural, it doesn't have the structural integrity that other PLA does, but it does make a beautiful print. So that was that. Now, what has been occupying a lot of my printing time is that I've been printing these. I think I've shown these to you before. These are my 3D printed Morse code paddles that I sell. I am a ham operator, amateur radio operator, and I designed this because I didn't want to pay the large amounts for a Morse code key, for a CW key. And so I designed a cheap one, and I began selling them on Etsy. And for Black Friday, I did a special deal that was $10 off. So these were only $20 on Etsy for Black Friday through Cyber Monday. And so I have a massive number of orders for these. And so my AM8 has been printing these nonstop lately. And so as soon as one is done, I take it off the print bed and start another one and just keep going. And so I've been printing these quite a bit. So that's what I've been printing lately. Bulldogs, like I said, I've got one more on the print bed right now. I've got another one that I've got to print. Mini Santa Claus, Little Dragon, Miniature City, and a bunch of CW keys. That's what I've been printing lately. Hope you enjoy the content I've been putting out. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, leave me a comment in the section below. Let me know what I can do to improve. And subscribe, help me out on that. Help me boost up my subscribers. I'm getting really close to 300 subscribers right now, and I would love to get more. So I hope you have a great day. Keep printing and keep printing cheap.